Digging that music, man. I don't know what it is. I'm in like a trance vibe today. I just want to hear some like club music and I don't go to clubs.
Some fantastic dark synthwave artists that you can look up.
Okay. Yep. Well, we'll
Carpenter
do that.
Brute, Gunship, to name two.
I trust these random words that are coming out of your mouth as real things.
You probably heard some of their songs.
I probably have. I don't know how to put this. Music ambivalent, maybe? Sure, let's go with that.
That works.
Yeah.
I suppose. To a degree, anyway. All right, well, drone forward, up through mid, checking out Market and Pizza will trigger the trap wire here from Persia.
Yeah, looking pretty stock standard for everything. Cypher's laying up the camera just above the B main door. The wire's at alley. In case anybody pushes through there, he's going to get kind of an advantage. Just going to look straight down with it and wait. Kind of a cheeky little cam spot. It really creates a difficult situation for the attackers when they push through to really understand. Yeah, he sees the leg of Seelig there.
So spots one, Cloudburst coming down, Seelig getting the door. They spam out on the switch just to try to get some tags on him, but they do not manage to do so. Dart now going to be coming out as the plant comes down. He's going to be lobbing these shock bolts over the top, but isn't going to find any connections here. So we'll just be 5 men left alive, fully topped up now for GOMA, looking to defend. Pause with a nice little lurk there in mid, manages to find one. Felix follows up for another, while Persia does drop Seelig. Pushing up around the corner, Supply out of B main, manages to find Risk. Members left alive, the Hawk getting a huge amount of value here for Supply. Persia, can he get the 4K? Needs it to try to come out on top, but Supply right on top of him will tie him with 3 kills and close out the round for GOMA.
Yep, good entry, good hold. Supply doing a fantastic job with the flashes. That's all you could ask for. And there we see a tear in the universe. Things are fine here. Don't worry about it. No problem. That building's only partially absorbed into it.
They don't see it on their screen yet.
Oh. Sorry, my bad. I forgot. Well, anyway, if they show it, it's like a there it is. Thank you.
This part of the building,
yeah,
it looks like Texas on the.
It looks like a really sad version of Texas.
The northwest side of Texas has just been split off.
That's what I'm looking at. But it's in Italy.
And the drop down. Not going to find much, but just clearing that backside. Seelig already moving forward, pulling the dart out. Somehow not really getting punished through that smoke at all. I'm surprised nobody got an angle. Supply from B lobby gets a kill onto Cat, though, utilizing that Spectre advantage, and now it is going to be a 4v5 attempted retake here for TBP. Down in guns, Risk pushing the corner. Does drop, but Bobble with a very nice shot on the Sheriff gets the kill. Push coming out, and yeah, the wheel just get cleaned up in the end, so there's your second round going the way of GOMA. Now we get rifles in the hands of TBP and see how they look to bounce back.
Yeah, so this is going to be pretty interesting. They've hit B 2 rounds in a row. Is GOMA just going to try to really hammer the point home onto B, or are they going to be thinking about A? I feel like TUBEPLE is really thinking that A is pretty likely, so right now Jet and Reyna playing pretty far forward, trying to utilize those duelist advantages, maybe get Reyna kind of steamrolling early on here. Good sprays from Felix and Supply. Supply having a nice start to this one as Sky. The Seekers are either available or really darn close.
Yeah, he's got 4 kills, 5 kills.
He's had a pretty good run of it.
It's a solid start. Bobble is aggressively pushed out.
Like the one-way smoke, yeah.
Oh my God! He gets both of them. Great little drag across.
That's filthy.
That's one hell of a way to start around here on the defense.
I mean, they read GOMA like a book.
Yeah.
They knew that GOMA was going to switch it up to A, and they were playing aggressively on it. They could just keep that cam at B. And this time they put the Cypher back into boats just in case it is another B push. They've been kind of playing a little bit further back towards their spawn side, and they also throw up one of their trap wires into mid in case they try to push through that way into B. So they're very prepared for a lot of what GOMA could possibly do in this round. And they're going to try to push through. Flashes are in. Recon Volt is there. They're going to smoke it off. Bobble picks up a third.
Yep, does manage to do so. Now Aka1 pressing in. Gets the cleanup alongside Risk. And that will be TBP getting themselves on the board with the flawless round.
Yeah, so no, I want to go back to the agent selection. Nothing out of the ordinary here for either team. This is pretty stock standard for them. You know, Hia and Sova, it's all very, nobody's trying Astra. It's the Omens for both Nez and Risk. Jets and Persia's on Cypher, and that's kind of typical for him. Some people avoid Killjoy on this map because they don't like that the lockdowns are kind of very vulnerable. They're pretty easy to displace, even if they, you know, especially with the Sova, which is very likely, but there's other ways with, like, a lot of people play Raze on this map.
Yeah, blast packs.
Exactly. And there's like cheeky angles that you can find for the paint shells as well, but yeah. Well, Babo's already got a Blade Storm going. Nez has built up his ultimate. A lot of ultimates already coming through for some of these guys, and trying to inch his way towards Boiler, but that one-way smoke makes things a little cheeky and a little difficult.
He's not actually now we'll inch forward so he can play off it again. Throws out the paranoia to make sure they don't push at the back of the Seekers, but still does fall. Nez finding Babo is pretty catastrophic here for TBP with the rest of this defense. So 3 members left alive versus 5. Make it 2 versus 5. They clean them up with relative ease. A very nice entrance here onto the A side from GOMA.
Nez teleports in, just in case they need to reinforce it, but he has backed off, spotted out, not a lot he can do from that. Oh no, Supply. Yep.
Yeah, Persia just can't even swivel fast enough. Whereas Supply staring straight up mid. They are on a decent bit of a hunt here trying to find Hia. They want to get that gun out of his hands and make sure that TBP are going to be fairly crippled coming into the next round.
It's hard to run away on Ascent. It is. The back side of the map, the defender side, is really tightly compacted.
Oh.
But Hia might be able to pick one up here. Yep, they're going to run right by him, so he at least gets Felix looking for the double. Nope, Nez is going to get him.
It doesn't manage to make it happen. Just one more bullet would have sealed the deal onto Nez, but he does fall, so TBP lose out on all of their weapons. And we just swing right back into favor of GOMA, who have a very strong start to this attack.
This map is so fascinating to me. It is, the attacker side is really quite an interesting balance of hitting B while the other team doesn't have a lot of their guns and utility, and then you switch over to A, and you can really bottleneck things there with that door, and there just isn't, you know, the retakes are really difficult for the defender side on A, and trying to get around, you know, through either short or top mid, really difficult to do, and you know, Supply's there just in case that happens. So all the setups are really good for GOMA there on that 4th round.
Babo playing up into B main. Blade Storm drawn out. It's a 4-man push coming through at the moment here from GOMA. Looks for the first one, has to just tailwind the hell out of there. So does lose out on several of those knives. Just 2 more remaining, I believe. Cloudburst will block off market for the time being. They'll grab the ult orb, and then they could just rotate out. Seems like that is going to be the call, but is it going to be through mid or through spawn? Seems like it will, at least for now, just be Pods who's going over to the A site.
They got to be real careful with the spike up there as well in B main. If that gets spotted out, that makes it a lot easier for the decisions to be made for TUBEPLE, and they do not ever spot it out, so that is going to be a full rotation now through the defender side spawn over towards A main, already up ahead. Flashes are in, the dive comes through, and that's going to be the run it back on.
Yeah, they cleaned that up, and it was a really fast rotate coming in from the Reyna, from the Sova, so they do have 4 members here. Hia managing to trade one back, but man, Supply is just tapping everybody. Gets distracted by that trap wire for just a second. Persia pushes around the corner, doesn't manage to follow through for the spray to get a 2nd kill on the Pods, but still has 3. That's 4 on the round with the cleanup. Fantastically done from Persia, and TBP, they turn it around on its head, 2-3.
Yeah, the Prince comes through big on this one of Persia. Now he has the Neural Theft available as well, making things a little bit easier on those retakes, giving you a ton of information. You do have a Hunter's Fury for Hia. Nez already has a... Did he? I thought he used his ult. Did he have it again? That's quick.
Nez? No, I don't think he's used it yet.
I thought maybe he just used the...
I think he just used his Shroud Step.
Okay, he used the Shroud Step he used from the Shadows. Okay. That explains it. I mean, from the Shadows is so weird. It's hard to find good timings for it.
Oh, instant dink there. Through the wall onto Akawan. Now Babo forced back yet again.
Supply just waiting. seeing if they can maybe buy a little time. Door's going to be shut.
Yeah, preemptively, just to make sure that there's no extra pinch coming in from Market.
Yeah, they don't have any information on what's going on in there, so they have to be safe. Makes sense. Push through short A here. Already through Boiler.
Spike's going to be retrieved by Felix, and he can start rotating that back over to B. Seems like they want to hit this in the end. Pods and Nez just going to be looking to cause a little bit of chaos over on this side of the map, but completely blinded out there. Supply falls and Risk finds Nez, and this is starting to unravel here for GOMA.
Yeah, there was a nice trap wire placed there, so they're able to isolate Nez, take him down. Very nice setup here for TUBEPLE. Selig waiting. Bobble waiting around the corner. Drags one, drags two. Oh, it's Aka one actually.
Yeah, good crossfire setup there. Aka one setting up for the kill. Pods to get a little bit of damage, but does manage to line up the head in the end. But Babo is still there on the crossfire. Finds himself a third kill in the round, and a third round overall for TBP to tie us up 3-3.
Yep, nicely done. There's our tear in space and time. Why isn't the building going through it? Like, there's like lines pulling. There just isn't enough force being generated, I guess. Things like this just they interest me because of like it looks cool as heck. Don't get me wrong. There's like lightning going around it, but that's not really moving. Like, what's the like?
We don't really know. The lore hasn't,
physics going on here.
Lore hasn't really been developed yet, if ever.
Well, it has something to do with the whole Radiant situation, and some of these people are superheroes now, and sort of. They're Radiants, right? That's what they call them. Which I think is pretty cool. I want to be a Radiant.
I don't know.
I can like generate flashes off my head.
I think I could do without it.
You're good.
I don't have to worry about, like getting shot at, choking on poison gas.
Yeah, that's not the...
Being blind for minutes at a time.
Okay, yeah. All right there, but Mr. Buzzkill.
Seeker's going to be going out. Hawk into the site, but doesn't manage to find Persia. That's going to be the Hunter's Fury coming out. Has to swap off to clear the Seeker. Persia just looks to hold things down. Does manage to find two as he comes back in, joins him on the side, gets the cleanup. Zaka one will find Felix, and it's just Supply left alone to his own devices. Still has a Vandal in hand, but with 70 HP, no way to heal himself up, just a single Hawk remaining. He is going to have to chill out and just let the clock run down. Yeah, it's a steadfast hold here. And for TUBEPLE, they do, it's hard when you're the attacking side and you get forced into one direction, and the guy in boats gets a double. Yeah. That's bad news. I was gonna say, I like his gun buddy. It's just a potato. Look at it. I've not seen this one.
That is adorable.
It's a
little potato.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
A baby potato.
So cute. I want to eat it. We were just talking about that. Potatoes.
Were we?
During the break.
We were talking about potatoes?
Yeah, because the mashed potatoes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're talking, maybe getting lunch somewhere tomorrow.
Yeah.
There's really good burgers and mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
See, that was lost on me, so I was so confused. I was like,
potatoes. Yeah, you're right. We talk about that all the time.
Normally you talk about, like, how do you think these teams are going to play? Like, who's the standout players?
Right,
what do you think the score's going to be? And we're just sitting here talking about, what do you think about potatoes?
Pretty delicious. They grow in a lot of places.
You can boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
There you go. Yep. The smoke gonna come down. Babo has to back up. He has the operator playing a little bit forward with it. Gonna send him back. Risk gonna be covering in case anybody coming through. A main. And Pods. Okay, they've pushed up pretty deep. Getting really close to Pizza. And Hia playing a little bit far back. Gonna have to do a good job holding down this corner. Otherwise, B-site could fall apart really quickly.
Yeah. Couple shots coming in. Persia's still sticking with the same camera angle. I don't mind it. It keeps the cam safe. Allows you to get a dart off. Trap wire. Just going to be yoinking that drone back in. Gets a stun onto it. Selig is playing forward. Pods. Manages to find one. Persia, however, pushing forward. Can't quite get him as the hot hands come loose. Babo just holding firmly on this angle. It's a beautiful op skin.
Man, there was actually a really good opportunity after Aka 1 was taken down. I think that they could have taken it.
Oh man, Babo still finding one, pulls out the frenzy. Is he ready for all three? Tails wind to the side, still doesn't have bullets. Now we'll go in with a repeat, and that is 4 kills for Babo. Huge round from him with the operator.
I mean, yeah, they whiff their shots. I mean, you can't lose against a frenzy like that. That's a tough one for GOMA, and that could definitely be kind of one of the bigger turning points there. And you really feel like you want to isolate Babo, get that operator out of his hands, overstack onto him. But Babo, so good. He hits that shot, then dinks him, has to reload. What a tailwind. Moves back to the side to reload, comes around the corner, just nails all of his shots. I mean, what a round there for Babo.
Oh, Bladestorm now, as Babo has shifted back over to the A site. That's going to be, yeah, a pull back from him. Run it back, coming through. Ooh, Pods instantly doming him. Loses the run it back now as Persia is lurking in the cyber cage. Finds Selig after hearing him drop over into the B site. And this is going to be a callback now for GOMA to start rotating over. Supply has made his way up onto Boiler. And it's a bit of a delay here on this rotation from the rest of TBP. Risk, however, sees them, calls it out, crawls his gun back out, but Felix does manage to come out on top. 87 HP remaining for him, can get topped up if they feel that it's necessary. And otherwise, it's going to be a 3v4 attempted retake here for TBP. Drone shot not going to connect. As Nez is lurking up into Boiler. Dart not quite going to spot him.
Gotta check that corner again. They do. That's smart.
Yeah, Persia down, but Gia finds Nez. Empress rolling. The Lear comes out, pushes the corner, but Felix is in a great spot. Takes him out. There's the cleanup. GOMA with 3 left standing will bring us within 1 of tying up.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice job by TUBEPLE to clear Nez out, but the problem is that basically tells GOMA exactly where they are coming through short A, and they're just on both crossfires for it, ready for it, even with the Empress. Not a lot they can do, and it's going to be another round, finally. Well, not finally, but, you know, 4-5 now for GOMA. They're able to kind of stop the bleeding for a moment at least, but Babo right back on that operator. A lot of money had been banked up. It was 4 in a row there for TUBEPLE, so economically, they were sitting quite pretty. And Babo, I mean, if he can have another round, 4 kills in it, he'll be right back to no problem, even if he dies, buying more operators. That'll give you a lot of money real fast.
He's just staring out into mid. Nobody there. His Risk is going to be the one trying to keep everybody contained here at a lobby. A 5-man stack, so this is likely going to be a slow creep into a very explosive storm through.
You got to start suspecting A here with that recon.
He had to have seen that go out. And, oh man, Aka 1 with the repeat manages to get that headshot onto Pods. Does take quite a bit of damage. Can't heal himself back up, and they have seen Risk, so they're just going to start spamming him out. Try to displace that Omen. Still just sitting, tucked in, but Selig pushes forward, finds the kill. 1-man advantage now here for the side of GOMA as the spike gets rotated into mid. This operator still sitting here for Babo. Can he line up the shots? Does he get the call out? Yes, he does! Stacked up, shut down. Babo is here to play.
This is the Babo show right now with that operator. Selig is able to get into the A site, but the spike is down from the collateral by Babo. There's a great hold now for TUBEPLE to put on. Selig gets supply. This is going to be very, very challenging for them to do anything about this. They're in a terrible spot with the time counting down, of course, as well. So Supply just going to use that opportunity to grab an ult orb, try to make the best out of a bad situation.
Yep, nothing more that can be done. It's been shot, clock ticks down, and TBP, they move up, separating themselves by 2 rounds yet again. So 6-4 with 2 more to go in the first half.
It's a pretty decent first half for sure. Maybe a few mistakes here or there. Persia looks like he's thinking about the Omen. It's time. It has come. It's Ascent in Korea.
Creegasm on that shot.
Oh, it's so good.
Very nicely done.
It's just everything you could want in life. The Odin, well, is he going B, I assume?
Yep. No, he is set up.
It's time to play pin to the tail on the donkey.
Trailblazer coming out first. He wants to hide the fact that this Odin is here for now.
What's the interesting thing about the Odin is you have a couple of options on how to utilize it on B. You can spray them through the wall, of course. Maybe you get a Sova dart up in there, and then you get lucky and catch a couple of them. You can wait for them to come around the corner, just mow them down, just ADS and just blast.
Yep.
And we've seen that work a couple times as well.
Shout out to Lakia.
Yep.
Walk in onto the side drone as well. Risk just shifting over. Well, Babo gets caught off guard. Odds moving forward, gets the kill, curves the wall around to make sure that he can successfully pull back. Now it's looking like this is going to be a shift in onto the B site. In the meantime, Felix trying to fake by shutting the door there. Doesn't manage to do so. Door does get shut. Spamming in with the Odin does not net him any hits so far. Spike gets planted. It's 4v4. Dart down, only 5 damage. Out on to Supply.
Now this is going to be really troublesome for TUBEPLE. They're all coming from alley. They're all bunched up in there. Going to come through. Oh, Risk gets the opener. Persia gets another.
They needed Supply to get that kill. Him falling like that is so very damning. Persia now just going to be swapping off the gun. He is ready, however, on the left steps. The defuse will come through. That's 7 rounds now for TBP. Let's see if they can pick up 8.5. Would be a very good start for them here on Ascent. Otherwise, 7 to 5, going to be fairly, fairly evenly distributed.
Yeah, GOMA's probably scratching their heads a little bit after that. They had a great crossfire set up. They had time. They have TUBEPLE completely boxed into one angle of entry. They're still able to get it done. It's a good smoke onto main. The door is closed as well. So both teams oh my God, what a shot. Both teams kind of in a weird situation there where there aren't a lot of angles. And for TUBEPLE, they do a good job with a bad spot, of course, nailing their shots as well. Just their timing was just better.
Yeah. Supply missing.
Yeah, that hurts.
That completely cost it for them. So then they have the 2-man push-up. They get rid of the jet. Our cover dissipates. There's nothing more that you can do. So it was a very quick unraveling there.
And they got to check wine. Babo likes to hang out there.
Camp is up. Tailwind forward. Risk gets the spot here. Can just spam right through. Tries to follow up for a second one. Gets quite a bit of damage in on a Felix, knocking him down to 30 HP, but cannot confirm the kill. Persia lurking in hell. Comes up with another. We will see the Hunter's Fury used from Wine. They dance back and forth. They try to stay safe. They run it back. Becoming available. Pods looking for Aka 1. Does find Hia. Babo just waits up top. Aka 1, there you go. It was not much more to do there. 8-4 will be the scoreline for the first half of Ascent. TBP in a nice spot to look to close this out.
Yeah, pretty solid stuff. Babo popping off a couple times with the operator, showing us some moves, showing us some jukes. Even when he needs to pull out the frenzy and pick some stuff up, he does that as well. I mean, Crazy to Persia was nuts in that first half as well. Really playing very good. Very good Cypher, nailing his shots, doing a good job with the Odin. That entry with him and Risk, fantastic. Supply had a good first half other than that whiff on that second to last round. I mean, it was honestly pretty strong for him, but it was a little quiet from Pods as well. Had a very good moment. Pods is always showing up. I mean, he's a very good Phoenix player. He's very talented. It's just GOMA is a little bit outclassed on that first half.
Yeah, we'll see how they fare themselves here on the defense. Pistol round going to be that much more important for them. Otherwise, TBP, you expect them to be poised to just move up to 10. So, pressure is certainly on. Interesting logo for GOMA as well.
The teddy bear?
Is the other ear missing, or is the crown obscuring it from our vision?
We'll never know.
I'll have to ask the artist. Track him down.
Well, what's holding does the other ear, is it necessary to hold the crown up?
That's what I'm saying. Is the crown, maybe the crown could be super glued to the bear's head.
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, if you're just, mean to teddy bears, I suppose.
I mean, if it's a stuffed bear.
Some real,
Can you really be mean to it?
Well, I mean, if we anthropomorphize, is that the right word? Yeah. You do that to the teddy bear, then you're going to feel bad for it. Everybody thinks teddy bears are cute. You can't do surgery on teddy bears unless you're fixing them. Then it's okay.
Yeah, I mean, you know, your mom never did surgery on your teddy when you were a kid.
Probably.
Sewing the arms back on or whatever.
Did.
Oh, Bobo opening things up over here at B. Throws on that cloud burst to get them across. Supply. I think they may have heard him with that hop up in heaven. Shock dart not quite going far enough.
Well, they got it. Right out in the middle, so that's a main plan if I've ever seen one.
Oh, well, you say that. Looks like they're going to try to play the site, maybe at least to throw them off guard.
I suppose.
The Hawk, however, will reveal that there are, in fact, people here on site. Aka1 managing to find a single kill, follows up for a second as Selik does die. Still playing from heaven, that's 3 for him. And Risk with a very nice little rotation up into heaven will get the final blow onto Felix. And TBP now 9-4, looking to move up to 10 with this next round with SMGs in their hands.
I like that. You kind of force them to think that it's main, so a lot of their eyes have to be over there. They've got Crossfire set up and then Risk lurking. That's really nice. That's really cheeky. Very well done by TUBEPLE there.
Yeah, I'm not going to be seeing any kind of forces coming out from GOMA. Sometimes with teams in this position, down this low at the start of a half, losing out on the pistol round, you'll see him pick him up. Aka1, though, he is he's feeling it. He says, I'm Arena, and I want a Vandal. So he grabs it. Everybody just dives into the dark cover very swiftly to try to stay obscured from that recon bolt.
I mean, if he can snowball off this, it could be a couple rounds in a row here that he's able to just kind of take control. He's able to pop off with that Vandal in this one in particular.
This is a very aggressive push into mid. Now B widely is unoccupied. They will get forward onto the site, gain control here, but 3 members currently wrapping around from heaven. Aka1 looks to hold them back. Manages to find one to start. Supply now gone. Risk just chilling out, waiting to chuck the paranoia if he needs to.
Yep, charging it up. And another thing you could do is you can wallbang with that Vandal pretty well too, so maybe if you're forced to back up into hell, try to scrape shots through and that kind of thing. There it goes.
Yep, paranoia comes out, but Baba's still going to get dropped. Felix, it's a nice headshot with the Sheriff to get the punish. Drop down, oh, he was barely seen, but Aka1, he's wise to it. Finds 2 kills, and with a lurk in wine, he gets pods. Felix falls. 10 rounds on the board for TBP and GOMA. They need to put a stop to this right here, right now, if they want to close out Ascent. That has been 5 rounds straight from round 10 now into 14.
Yeah, I mean, if they lose this, they're out of money and things are very, very bad. That's just fantastic confidence from Aka1 and utilizing Reyna in the best ways possible here. You know, you get just great tracking. Just incredible tracking. And then, you know, earlier before that, of course, you get the Devour and you get your health back and you still have that gun, and it's a really big problem. And that's so smart to utilize, just kind of abuse her mechanics.
Some would say beautiful tracking.
Beautiful tracking?
I don't know if that maybe you
don't
know that one.
I know of it. I don't know where it comes from.
Only real Apex viewers know that.
Okay. I'm not a... Yeah. Sorry.
Well, there is smoke everywhere. Aka1 will manage to find supply, but then gets traded out by Selik, pushing forward with the Stinger. Bobo will clean him up, getting swift revenge, and it's just a swift round. That's 11 on the books now for TBP. Bobo picks up 3, gets himself a proper Vandal, and this is looking like it's going to be done. GOMA,
it has to be a force buy.
You know, how do you come back from this one? I mean, it's either that or you wait and then you have to try to win 8 in a row.
I guess.
Off the next round.
I mean,
so.
I guess. This is a point where I don't really fault them for either way that they decide, but I think a force buy is, I don't know, maybe a little more potent. You try to stack some of the choke points on the map. God, Bobo.
The problem is it's just not going to be.
He's nuts.
Feasible enough for them. Yeah. Speaking of the devil. Sometimes you get the caster curse, sometimes you get the caster blessing.
They're just one-tapping everything.
It's just, I mean, this round is over. Pods is dead. You know, unless they can pull off something crazy from Felix over on the flank. All do get spotted, but so does he. Door now going to be shut. Nez starting to creep forward. Taking a couple shots, trying to catch him through the wall. Doesn't manage to get any damage to register. Risk is low, but Babo, he's got the cross angle. He keeps him protected. And now it's just Nez in heaven. They knew exactly where he was at. He's taking some shots. He cannot land them. It's a flawless round, and TBP need one more to close out Ascent.
I mean, that was nuts. It was all headshots. Every single kill was a headshot with the Vandal.
This is brutal.
Just absolutely fantastic from TUBEPLE. I mean, they are really, really showing incredible play right now. I mean, just great crosshair placements. They're nailing everything they do. Everything is looking good. Babo's reading them like a book, and now I'm assuming Selig has Blade Storm indeed. I saw a shorty, I'm like, and everybody else's guns. This is it. Do or die time for GOMA.
Well, need to win 8 straight to take us into overtime and then close it out from there if they want to win their map pick. Selig does start with a kill onto Aka1. Almost did it. Caught myself, though. Got the correction on the name. So, yeah, it looks like he
Nice recovery.
Pushed into B main and found him just outside of the door. Or, oh, actually, you know what? He might have updrafted and got him through the window.
The dismount was
that's
nice.
more plausible.
Yeah. Well, Babo, too, has a Blade Storm, but he has a Vandal, so he's not in a situation where he needs to use it just yet. He still has the drone available, a couple shock darts as well, and there's the recon backup. So utility in full for him. Felix waiting here. Senses that something might be going on.
Drone coming out. Will get the spot here onto the Sova. They're trying to push for it. Somehow, yeah, not really looking the right way. Not sure why he looked over towards Boiler Cubby, but GOMA will be able to close out this round. Babo's down, and it all comes down to Persia. Technically clutchable.
He's got this.
He's been on fire.
He's pretty nuts.
I mean, between Nez and Selig, they have like a single person's HP between them, but Felix, yeah, he'll make sure that none of that nonsense is going to come through. So a flawless return fire here from GOMA to put another round on the board, but this is just the start of a very long and winding road.
Yeah, it's got to win a lot in a row. Got to win a lot in a row. That's a tough task. I mean, that was a great round. Flawless and just in the right places at the right time, hitting their shots, getting the guns in their hand. Selig looking great with the Blade Storm, getting that opener onto Aka1.
Always got to be wary about that updraft through the window.
Yeah.
Guys, obviously, when the opponent has their ultimates. Good dart onto Hia. Which, his name kind of just sounds like when Sky pings. Hia!
Hia! It makes me think about, listening to Atlas.
Yeah, he was the one who said beautiful track.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Then now it all makes sense.
I will eternally give him a hard time about it.
You should. The harder you make his life, the better.
Sure, he'll appreciate that. All right, well, looking for the entry now onto the A side. Spike has moved forward. Babo has already taken down Felix. Just creeping around, trying to play, get into line of sight. To look up through heaven just a little bit deeper, but now we'll shift back over to the opposite side. Blinds coming in. Persia finds one. Babo finds 2 more. That will be the cleanup.
So, and let me explain. First of all, I love Killjoy. I play Killjoy almost all the time. And like when I'm able to, like when she's available, I'm like Killjoy. I love that turrets. I love being able to kind of toy with my opponent with my ability to control vision. I have the Nano Swarm, which is kind of like a grenade in a way. So I really enjoy that. But Cypher offers so many interesting ideas on how to control space. Well, you're going to see some boombots trade spaces. And they're just going to keep pushing through.
Making a bit of a noise as he jumps around the corner. Ready to throw out that right click if he needs to, but doesn't spot anybody. Nez just holding it down. So 2 members watching showers at the moment. Nobody really with eyes on short. They're kind of cutting back and forth, but now they're going to be joined in by their Sova, so we'll be receiving a little bit of extra backup.
The Brim smokes are down, cutting off. A as is tradition there. The only one you don't have is U-Haul being cut off, and there is a stack inside of there, but there is the B lurk.
Yeah, they use the smokes, and it's going to be... Looks like they're creeping back and forth. They're kind of thinking better of it, maybe. So it seems like short into A will be the play.
Well, with the Cypher being the one you saw there, that should kind of give you info that they're probably thinking about A. You have to respect it, but we'll see. Nez. Gonna see a couple coming around the corner. Selig over there, ready with the raise.
Clear these cubbies, though. Nez does manage to find Aka 1. Now follows up for a second. His Risk will get dropped. Selig pushing forward. The jump follows up for the kill there, as it will just be a very swift defuse and a very quick round with 4 members left standing for GOMA. Yet again, winning out the pistol round. Let's see if they can hold on a little bit longer this time.
Yeah, it's a repeat of what we saw on Ascent, so I like the setup. I would have rather seen TBP be a little more aggressive off those brim smokes. They waited quite a long time. They wanted Persia to see what was going on over in B a little bit, but I think once Persia reveals himself as alone over on B, and there's nothing that really comes off of it, it's pretty obvious that that's what what the Cyphers do. Is they run around by themselves sometimes, similar to Omens in a lot of ways. So it really kind of doesn't confuse GOMA at all. They have a great crossfire setup. Nez picks up a big double coming out of U-Haul, and that really just stalls TBP.
Pod's just going to let that hot hands roll out. The Molotov here, Supply barely gets tucked into the corner, though, to stay safe. If they had stacked this with a nade as well, that would have been a very nice kill. Good tap from, what the hell? All right.
What?
That's just going straight through the smoke. Finds one. Bobo pushing up onto the site. Will finish him off, but Felix is tucked into the cubby. Answering fire. Risk lurking. Domes pods, but now it's all on Risk by himself as Brimstone with a Ghost and a Dream. He's chilling back here at Long. The drone will come forward to try to spot him out, so he'll start cheating over towards Hookah. But with a spike down like this, he's just straight up got to kill everybody. And if he can't do that, as he does get darted, then he is just going to be given over the round.
Yeah, he's got a pre-fire around corners in that situation. Now they really, really know where he's at. They had a pretty good idea before. He's just trying to pop ahead, see if he can maybe get lucky. Steal a kill, get a little extra money, maybe.
He's wary about Supply being on this side, but he cannot check both angles. So, yeah, we'll just get finished off by the judge in the end. And GOMA will start off 2-0 yet again. But do we just see the quick turnaround here from TBP like we had on Ascent?
Maybe. Probably. But, yeah, you never know. I mean, this is some confidence for sure for GOMA, and a little bit of a break there to rethink things. And I think, first of all, somebody like, hello, operator, yes, this is TBP. Can we please have our head back from Nez because he stole it through the smoke? What the heck? But it's... I don't know what to say yet because TBP just dismantled them after the first 2 rounds, and you never know. But it's feeling like, now that they have the Vandals in their hands, things get real scary.
Well, Hia losing out on his armor. Bobo taking a little bit of damage as well, but look at Aka1. He's crept his way forward. The smoke cutting off U-Haul. If that dissipates now, it's going to be catastrophic for him.
He whiffed a bit there, though.
Yeah, trying to get the tags to the wall. Got Nez just a little bit. The hot hands coming down. Not going to be good enough. Selig on the corner. Finds one. Push in, however. Get a nice little pinch. Managed to find a kill, but Supply finally does come out of U-Haul. Gets Aka1 down. So 2 for 2 in the end. Spike getting picked up, but it seems like it's going to end up being a B call.
Yeah, they have a pretty good idea that A's a little more stacked. So time to head over there. Felix, though, doing it with the Spectre. Going to pick up a Vandal for himself.
Yeah, and Persia, you can't afford to get out-traded like that by a Spectre when you've got a rifle in hand.
Yep.
Especially a Vandal of all guns.
30초 남았습니다.
Does just get ripped to shreds. They spot him out over an elbow. That'll be the smokes coming down. The rotation starting to come out now from the rest of GOMA. See how aggressive do they want to play this. Blind coming through. They're just going to push straight up. Her ball not going to connect, but the shots will. Supply finding the kill. Risk now playing up close and personal versus the judge, and he just looks the wrong way for a moment. as he pushes up onto the tube. Really poor decision making from Risk right at the end, and that does give the rifle round over to the side of GOMA.
I think he forgot a little bit that there was a judge there. I think.
Well, I thought that was going to be a part of the, the original decision to go to B, because they say, like,
yeah.
oh, you know what, it's too risky to clear U-Haul. We know that the judge is there because they killed Aka 1, so let's just go for the B site.
And I think they know that there's probably only one on B at that point after they took 2 out of showers, and maybe there's 2, but yeah, they missed some shots. They look a little bit off right now. Does TBP? They need to kind of regain that mojo they had, but it's a double for Pods.
That is a huge start. GOMA just putting them down. I mean, obviously this is going to be the save round overall. Sheriff's in half armor here for Persia. Didn't quite catch up the 2 members that are now dead. Had half armor as well, but minor investment of 8 to 1,200 plus utility, but still very aggressive, and that's good to see from GOMA, knowing when they can kind of push these limits and go for these aggro plays without getting punished.
And because GOMA was able to win the 3rd round and they just saved all their guns, and they were buying cheap guns that they have an op already. I mean, Selig went for the op. And
Pablo's playing a very dangerous game, and he does get a very bad prize.
And especially on Bind. The operator's so darn powerful on this map. So many good sightlines.
Oh, there's Persia. Risk, do you want to just run out onto a spike site now and die so we can get into the next round, or
yeah,
you want to play this out?
GG go next.
30초 남았습니다.
Well, he's going to creep up here. 2 men stack here from GOMA. Just waiting around the corner. We need to kill both. We'll kill neither. And it's a flawless round here as GOMA get 4 straight rounds.
Now they have Sheriffs in the back pocket, picking them up. Yeah, not that matters too much, but it is kind of interesting here. I mean, Bind, again, a very defenders-heavy map. This one is, at times, can be very difficult to break through, and you're seeing why. And now, especially with an operator in the hands of Selig, kind of curious to see where they're going to be positioning with that operator. There's some pings coming down into shower, so what's the idea? It looks like he's going to be looking mid. Nobody's going to be pushing through there. Some checking into long B as well. A flash coming through there to see if they can maybe catch TUBEPLE coming through the fountain area again.
Trailblazer scouts all the way up towards the link area. Doesn't manage to find anything, doesn't trigger that trap wire either, so can remain standing. Hawk's going to give them no information either.
Yeah, nobody knows much about what's going on with either team.
Nope. Just complete ambiguity at the moment. And if you're GOMA, that's totally fine.
Oh yeah, this is very much in favor of GOMA. So it's going to take some good information gathering from Hia. It's going to be the drone that's going to come out first. And of course, you got to check around here. What the big question is what information is he going to get, if any? Okay, somebody shoots it there.
Hawk doesn't get a spot. Cybercage going to be thrown up over onto that side. Curveball. Oh, Pods dead as he tries to let that one loose. Hunter's Fury does come through, does clip onto one. But that's about as good as it's going to get. Another Cybercage now to block off that defender's side. Smoke dissipates, and Asia tries to get up into Hookah. Supply is ready on the crossfire.
They forgot about Supply. The Seekers came out there.
Oh, and Persia just going to get wall banged. Nez finding that elimination. Risk playing back. Does have his ult as well as his Molotov to delay on the site. Supply. He's checking the side, and yeah, does manage to find him. There's the orbital strike called in. They get it to halfway, however. Molotov now dropped down. Babo finding one. Rocket drawn out, just trying to buy time. Chucks it around the corner, doesn't get the hit. Now they're going to be sticking to it. They do not fake it. No need to. Risk going to fall at the end as well, so it's the full cleanup. They don't even get the operator out of the hands of Selig, as GOMA just are destroying TBP.
Yeah, this is pretty one-sided, and that's odd use of the molly there. The ult is fine, of course, but you don't need to have the molly hitting while the ult is, you can wait for the molly. You can shoot it after the ult and spread the timeout that you're doing damage on that spot, and then you whiff with the showstopper. That was a lot of lot of off-balance plays for TBP. Yeah, you're right. This is really just domination by GOMA right now.
More than anything, you want to, you know, get that orbital strike off, stop them from getting the spike to halfway.
Yeah.
So then you have that much more time to defend on the opposite side. Pods with the run it back is just going to be going through the teleporter, comes around the corner. It does get a little bit of damage, a smattering of it onto Bobo, but overall, he'll be okay. Creeping forward now up towards short, the spike outside of showers. Drone going to be moving forward into there to try to scout it out. The smokes come down as Aka1 starts charging in onto the side. Curveball out of the smoke, comes around the end, does get the blind onto Nez. Snaps back. Have they identified that there is an operator up in heaven yet? Rocket going out, not going to get a tag, but should give them some information as to Selig's position.
Is that Pods' wall?
I believe so.
Yeah, it's a little awkward.
Felix finding one, Supply finding another. Aka1 does get dropped. Little lob in on the nade. Bobo cleans up one, cleans up a second. Now gets the third, and there you have it. TBP finally on the board, but it took 6 rounds for it to happen.
Yeah, that one felt like an eternity in a way. TBP doing a good job cutting off the right angles. You know, the run it back is fantastic. Gets behind the truck there. You're able to take out the guy hanging out with there. The operator never really do much. I'm a little perplexed by Potts' wall there. That I felt like that was a little odd because you cut off your operator from heaven. That's kind of helping out. I think that helps out TBP a little bit. That's just me, though.
Well, it's a nice little final shot there to finish it out, but obviously GOMA, you know, given the streak, have plenty of money, so another operator is straight back into the hands of Selig. He's relocated over to the B site. He's chilling in the back.
Yeah, they know that Aka1 is there. The guiding light let them know. And they're just waiting, setting up a crossfire at short A. Selig gonna let the boom bot go through. And he just has the operator. Purge is gonna take it down. Gets spotted out, but not the end of the world right now. Nobody's really keen on pushing off of that information. Runaway.
Rotation starting to come in. Still fairly heavily stacked, but as I do say that, Pods is going to start rotating back over towards the A site. There's a chance that Selig can just completely hold this down. Hot Hands is available if they want to try to clear that corner. That's exactly where it's going to go. Starts burning down. They do not get the kill. He ducks away the corner, and oh no, the nade itself would have just finished him off, but Aka1, he does spare him some blushes in the end. It cost him his life as Felix had the crossfire set up. That's creeping in, even with the pre-fire from Risk. Manages to come out on top, but Persian Hia managed to pick up a couple kills. Great little snap around there from Hia to find Pods. And the neural theft will just go ahead and reveal Nez, the last remaining member with 46 HP left.
Yeah, might as well use it now. You're halfway through the round. You'll get another neural theft. And they pretty much knew where Nez was, but just wanted to make sure. Keep good track of him. I mean, they had a pretty good idea as he took down Risk there. So Nez just waiting, see if anybody's going to come out. Just going to try to save the gun. Big time round for TBP. They're able to keep 3 of their guns, get the win. Really starting to stabilize a little bit here. Let's see if they can put up a good couple rounds in a row. Maybe catch up a bit. We'll see. We'll see. It's a good decision to go to B here because they get caught out early. Like, they get spotted. Persia gets spotted, right? And so the idea is like, okay, well, they know that we have some people here. They probably think we're going over to A, and in fact, Pods was rotating that way, and they find the perfect timing to cut in, keep, you know, the rotations kind of off balance for GOMA, and then it's just a nice little round for them, and they're starting to pick it up, starting to feel a little confidence.
Walk out. It's a hit. It's just going to be the orb locked in here for Felix so we can get that Hunter's Fury online. No hard peek coming through to try and deny it away.
Camera check.
Just tossing it out, backing away. So it seems like they want to turn their sights over onto the A site. Obviously not going to be guarded by an operator this time around.
Want to check showers. Goma's been at times aggressive in a shower, so you got to be careful with that.
Spamming. Hasn't really tried to spam up on top of the truck though, so Nez is in a pretty good spot at the moment.
Yeah, it makes it kind of awkward if you're up on top of that truck because the brim smokes. Yeah, this is smart. But the brim smokes are kind of weird because of where you usually are placing them. That whoever's on top of the truck is going to be above the smoke line and have a pretty good opportunity. This time though, there's 3 on B for GOMA, so they're going to be much better prepared. I feel like Supply hanging out in the B main area. So they're going to use the recon drone. Going to try to follow it up with Persia right behind it.
Say hello, and they have, yep, the push here from Persia. Gets the kill. Hunter's Furies flying across the way. Persia finds a second kill, and oh man, Aka1 lurking inside the teleporters, ready for Nez's arrival. Gets him right in the back of the skull. Felix low on HP. Selig, not much to be done. Calls for the retreat. Shock Dart almost finds Felix there on the exit, but will be able to make his way out of there safely. But TBP, they will pick up a 3rd round in a row.
I liked the little Hunter's Fury duo where they're trying to get each other with trying to line up the Hunter's Fury off the other Hunter's Fury. That's they told you in high school that trigonometry would pay off someday. Well, there you go.
Angles and stuff, you know?
Being a gamer.
Geometry.
How does it even work? A squared plus B squared equals C squared, my friend.
That's about all I remember.
That's all you need to remember.
Yeah. Like, how do I calculate the circumference of a circle? I have no idea anymore.
Pi r squared.
Well, see, there you go.
I think. I'm probably wrong about this, actually. Is that the diameter?
I mean, it's something like that. I know that you're in the right realm, but I don't know.
I know there's pi in there somewhere because it's a circle.
Maths was one of my
And
worst
pies are
subjects.
circles.
Yes, this is true. They often are circular. Well, this is the most intelligent broadcast in the history of Valorant.
Yeah. Buckle up, kids. You're learning today.
No, you're not. Just taking away their brain cells like mine were taken away back in college. Oh, dear. Well, 2 moved up here into shower. Babo, oh man, taking quite a bit of damage from that boom bot. Selic comes up with 2. Persia and Risk both falling. Will be a 2 for 2, but quite a bit of damage out on to Babo. Aka1 as well, getting tagged up. As the run-it-back comes in, charging through U-Haul, doesn't spot anything. He's gonna wait to snap back over to his spawn spot.
Babo, showstopper available. Let's see if he can maybe get a good one this time around. The last one flubbed a bit on him. Felix gonna scout things ahead. Plenty of time. Really want to make sure you get a good idea of what's going on. But Aka, doing a great job there, catching pods out. Gonna heal himself as well. Hia gonna finish the job. Felix down. Another win in the books. 5-4. That's 4 in a row now.
This is such a dangerous run right now for GOMA. TBP looking to run away with this. I mean, there's a very real possibility that they just take this 7-5 and just go 7 straight.
Yeah. It feels like that. It's very it feels very streaky. It feels like once TBP gets that fire underneath them, they're unstoppable. I mean, they really start nailing their shots. They're very confident in their plays. They do a good job there. They're kind of doing the same things over and over on A, where they just drop the 2 smokes on either side of the box. This time, though, hold on.
Okay, bit of a shooting range set up here. This is going to go for, 2 for 2. They can eventually inch forward and pick up those guns. That's why we're going to be seeing Aka1 starting to move over to that side to see if they're trying to recover the rifles. Also just grabs the spike, but we'll pull back into A as the drone comes flying. Gets a spot here onto Nez, so they identify that he's in U-Haul.
I was going to give TBP some credit, controlling U-Haul in that last round. Now let's see if Babo can displace it.
Oh, he's chasing in from behind. Where does he let it go? There's the Omen. Still waits. Throws it down now. Doesn't get anything. The nade as well, not going to find too much value as he just pulls back over towards the spawn. Felix here up in heaven, just lobbing out these darts as the run-it-back comes in from pods. Charges his way through. They buy a little bit of time with the blast pack. He comes around in the angle, though. Has the flank. It still works out. even though they heard exactly where he was. Felix now dropping down. He trying to play this one out, goes for the peek. Pods takes his head off, and that will be GOMA finally stopping this momentum. They get the thrifty win to move up 6-4.
Well, I would have liked to have seen Babo just kind of lock down U-Haul a little bit more with allowing Pods to come through there. That's a great flank angle he finds, and they're not quite ready for it, and he picks up a double off of his run it back even. That's a little bit disappointing there. I thought that one looked pretty decent with Babo pushing through there. I'm like, all right, now they can set up. They can really take control of this. And then they back off of it, and I think I'd rather see them just try to lock down that U-Haul area, stop that run it back from ever even getting around the corner, just causing that disruption.
Yeah. I think overall, just kind of confused by Babo's play there, living up to the name. Is waited way too long to let the rocket go, ignored after the blast pack came through.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super strange.
Right there with you.
Another Korean lesson, just in case you guys haven't seen. TVP.
Babo means stupid.
Babo means stupid or idiot. So it's a playful little name. Kind of taking a dig on himself. And, well.
What's with our raises? These are some not so good.
I'm so ready for the match today, guys. I've been studying some highlights all day long. I was watching this guy. His name is like Rosa.
Rosa?
And I think I learned how to play Raze real good.
he's really good at Raze. I heard he's pretty good.
No, he's actually quite good. But obviously,
The rockets
the meme lives on. Push in onto U-Haul. Rocket 1 just cannot line it up. Supply melts him down. Now Pod's eliminated. 2v3 for the defense here on the spike. And there it is, down on the ground to cut them off for a little bit longer, but Risk is not ready for the push. Pods going from 4 kills now to 3. As GOMA will go ahead, get this defuse. They lock in 7 rounds for themselves here on the half. See if they can move up to 8-4.
Yeah, this time I appreciate that they did put a little more attention towards the U-Haul, but now GOMA's feeling it. It's just kind of back and forth, the momentum being so important between these two teams. Seem to be carrying it with their decision-making. The raises not so great, but Pods making up for it in spades.
Yeah.
He's just playing crazy. Tia, just easy peasy. Supply. This is just, that's not great shooting from either player. I think they both like to have those sprays back. But Pods coming around once again. He's doing a wonderful job today. I think now you got to start worrying about the rest of these. 4 to 8 is not the best finish. Really would like to get one more in the bag.
Yeah, I mean, 5 to 7, getting ready to move to the defense, I think is totally fine for them.
Yeah.
They both shoot at the boom bot, so.
I mean, I think 4 to 8 they're probably comfortable with.
Yeah.
But this one would be really nice to have.
Yeah, for sure. Well, Dart just to check. Showers doesn't have anybody pushed up into it. So, slow play yet again from TBP. Just going to be inching around, looking for any kind of information, any kind of entry that they can possibly get.
Look at Altdorp.
It's very disconnected, though, here from GOMA. Everybody playing incredibly far back, incredibly safely, and I do not blame them.
Yeah, absolutely. This is fine. If you let them take B, you could play for the retake here.
Smoke's coming down, just the one used so far. Hot hands out to cut off that garden access. Well, the nade goes over through towards the defender's side, almost finds Felix, but doesn't quite get damage onto him. They'll know that he's going to be moved up into elbow, but here comes the rest of the players. The Seeker's now flying. Pods gets snapped back. Babo manages to find 2. Nez and Zelig both getting dropped. Aka 1 will finish off Supply before falling to Felix himself. And with the cleanup here, it all comes down to Pods needing to pull off an absolutely monstrous clutch if they want to move up 8-4.
He's got to wait for the hot hands to go out in front of him, or the molly, whichever that was. Curveballs around, trying to find it. Nope, Risk is going to be the one to pick it up. So the 5th round does go to TBP for their attacker's side half. 7 for GOMA. It's, you know what? Honestly, that's pretty good for TBP. 5 on an attacking side on Bind is pretty respectable, especially with the start that GOMA had.
Yeah.
That to rattle off 4 in a row there at one point, nothing wrong with that at all.
Yeah. GOMA's going to be looking to replicate that again, though, with this next pistol round coming up as we do swap sides.
They have a lot of flashes, but they don't have a lot of smokes.
Yeah.
So
It's going to be the limiting factor here for them.
right.
You've got, you know, a wall and Omen.
Yeah, and flashes just in general aren't as powerful on Bind. They're good, but they're not as good as on some maps.
Well, let's see how they utilize the kit to try to find a win here. Would extend us into a third and final map if they can do so. Should be split yet again here for us.
Split's always fun. I mean, if we go to split, you never know what's going to happen on that map. Everybody's so good at it. It's a really exciting map. But we'll see. Pistol round. Last time, it was TBP that was able to take the pistol onto the second half. So can they get it this time around? Maybe. I hope so.
Maybe. Well, they're going for 2 ghosts, 2 frenzies, half armor on Persia. GOMA, 2 members moving up here towards showers. The hot hands just cutting off risk for the moment, but you have no real way of knowing that Babo has made his way forward into the cubby. Risk just going to be taking a couple shots here. Letting him know that there's at least one person here. Try to keep their attention on the shower exit rather than onto that right side.
And this one really slow for GOMA to start. Spike all the way back towards the spawn, and just gonna wait this out. Ooh, that one catches up there. Felix takes some decent damage.
Yeah, really great shots coming through. A drone out. Again, just gonna be spotting the one, so he will pull back. The dart will fly. They clear it. They still, you know, remain silent. Don't alert anybody of Babo's presence, but look at this stack on the A site for TBP. There's 4 members here, and it's just Persia by himself. Now getting blinded by Hawks as everybody comes storming through Hookah. The call will come out. He's sitting in the cyber cage at the moment, pushes out, and Nez just snaps right onto him. Gets him with a right click, and this is a fantastic start here for GOMA. Everybody else moving up, and it's going to be a fairly one-way approach unless they can get control of Elbow. Starting to make their way over towards that side at the moment.
Do a good job softening him up, but Seelig with a nice shot. Seelig trying to jump, gets the dink, gets the finish onto Aka.
Risk and Baba, however, still doing some work. 2v2 as Pods does fall. Nade up over the top, looking for the finish. Babo gets one, takes quite a bit of damage, has to pull back. He's trying to line up the headshot here with the frenzy over top of the box. Wants to hold this to half. Knows that they don't have the Pierce, comes back out, but Supply has the finish, and GOMA will win pistol yet again.
Yeah, both pistols on Bind gonna go to GOMA. That's huge for them. That gives them a great opportunity to get this done. If they can take this next round, things get really tight. And of course, it's Bind, it's defender-sided, but that was a nice maneuver by them, taking advantage of the fact that they felt the pressure out of A. They felt like it was a little bit too difficult, too much attention being paid to showers. And if there's 2 people on showers, then you know that there's at least one more there. So B is going to be the lightly defended site in that situation.
I mean, granted, like they didn't even necessarily have that info that Babo was there, but you can kind of get the read based on how aggressively Risk was playing that he did have a bit of backup.
Yeah, that's true. It depends on if he. I'm trying to remember if he shot or not.
I don't think Babo shot.
Okay.
Well, Felix finds Aka 1, pushed well out of Hookah. So a nice major punish there. Boombot will not make it into the building, but Persia will go ahead and clear that out as Dart gets let loose. He avoids taking damage, however. And now everybody's eyes turns onto the A site. Babo pushed well out. Can get a potential catch here onto the rotating raise, but no, not Selling just absolutely shuts down that nonsense.
Yeah, nothing going there. So now they know there's the Cypher trying to emulate that situation. He's going way around, though, all the way into that cross hall. That's going to be, frankly, a bit too long probably to really do much around the corner. Supply, easy spray onto Hia. Still just going to wait in there. Nez now inching around the spike, seeing if anyone's going to try to aggress. Risk taking some damage from Sailing Spray.
There's just not much more to be done here.
Yep.
Persia is slowly creeping up, but they just want to die to the spike explosion. the reset. The teleports will come through, everybody exits, and they will just dive straight in on top of it. GOMA starting to move forward. If they can win out this rifle round, then this is looking like a third map.
Yeah, that really, really changes the dynamic. This is really, really important now for TBP. They kind of have to take this one. It is going to be Spectre, so they are going to have the gun advantage. Is this really an Odin for Risk? Like, is he going to stick with it? Is this, he's running around by spawn. Yeah, he's got an Odin.
Yep. And I don't, yeah, he's not going to have the money to have a backup either, so he's just going to be in with the Odin this entire time. He's starting to sprint his way back over to B so he can try to spray them down, but obviously when you're sitting still, it can be pretty risky. So it seems like he's just going to creep around. So he's actually going to get set up for a wall bang.
Yeah, look at what they're doing here. They're leaving both of the sites kind of further back to try to utilize this Odin, to try to bait them into this.
I mean, this is really contingent on where they all stand. So they're trying to utilize the cam. They get the dart through. He's trying to spam, spray through, but he's just not hitting anything.
Well, there it is. He got a little bit, but not much.
Oh, Persia turning around. Has to clear the dart. Holding the judge. Does he get the two? No, he does not, but he will find pods. Aka 1 in the meantime. Double headshots coming through as Silig and Felix will get dropped. He'll top himself back up with the hot hands. The defuse is coming in. They have the protection. They can just stay onto this one, but they do pull off for just a moment. Get tucked around the corner. Tap it yet again. Aka 1 will clear both of them, actually. Finds 4. Starting to heat up now.
There you
As
go.
TBP will go ahead and clean up that round.
Yeah, it's super smart. They bait him into that, and they utilize that Cypher information to get the ideas of where they are. Get a little bit, not much damage, but it causes a lot of chaos in what GOMA is trying to do. They have to respect that. It's a good job by Persia, kind of locking down that corner a little bit with the judge. He at least gets one with it. Opens up a lot of space on elbow. And then they're able to just barely hang on. I mean, of course, with Aka picking up that, I want to see what happened from his perspective on that last double kill. That was nuts to get his fourth. Just incredible. Bobo's got the rocket too. Rocket in the pocket.
Pulling back now. Aka 1 not looking to get punished like he did last time he pushed out of hookah. Curveball out in shower, not going to find anything. Picks up the orb. This pods, just trying to get that next run it back available.
I like the bear spray. Respect it because you got that as your logo. Nice, nice synergy there. That's good. It's good. Risk still got this Odin, and it's really quite fascinating to see how players try to utilize that gun. And this time it's going to be in U-Haul. Just waiting again. There's the Cypher, so you're kind of playing together with that. Could do it with the Sova as well, of course, and he is also on A, so.
I hope that by, like, in the lead up to Reykjavik, we start getting team sprays added to the game.
Oh, heck yes,
You
please.
can, you know, buy them $5, something, the money goes towards the teams.
I need my Vision Striker spray.
Rep your squad. Well, there's not much Persia could have done there. Silly, just annihilating him. As Nez will take a little bit of damage here from the dart. Recon cleared out. Wall now going up. Tries to bounce that one into the corner. Just taking some random shots. But for a hit. Run it back, moving forward into U-Haul. There's one right around the corner waiting for him, but they won't even identify that yet. Rocket is out. Spots him. Goes loose, but costs him his life in the process, but it's a 3v1 looking quite good unless Pods can come up with a very nice clutch. They're going to be sticking this one out.
Oh.
He does get the dome onto one, but the Odin is just a little bit too powerful. Winds up a little bit too quickly. Are you listening, Riot? Please nerf it. 7-9 as TBP close out the round.
I've never complained about the Odin in my games. You've never heard me do that. It's pretty quick on the draw, no doubt about it. Bobo totally worth with that rocket, even though he blows himself up. Clearing U-Haul just eliminates the crossfire, and that's fine, especially when you have a numbers advantage. You know, Pods is great. He's nailing a ton of great shots. He's been phenomenal for GOMA, but there it is. Wow, that is so fast.
Yep. Well, TBP fighting back, having a nice little momentum swing into their favor. Economically, looking quite sound. It's going to be Sheriffs and a Judge here for Selig.
Last pack dive.
Yeah, expect a pretty swift little entry onto the site. This trap wire, however, depending on how it's exactly positioned, could very much upset the entry from this Raze if he's going to be blast packing out through heaven. Risk gets a spot onto one, mows him down with the Odin yet again. They make their way forward. Persia, in the meantime, finds another. Very low HP remaining for him as it just turns into a bloodbath here on the site, but Felix is the last one left standing for the side of GOMA. Flash does not connect onto him, but they continue to push the corner, looking for the finish. Naka 1 will get it in the end. Now 8-9. One more to go for TBP to tie us up.
Yeah, a big round coming up now because they had to save for GOMA. They got to buy now, and this one, if they can't get this, then all of a sudden, they're the ones staring down the barrel of defeat on Bind and for the match as well. So just good stuff here. I mean, I really like what TBP's doing with this information. All this information they have between the Sova and the Cypher, you know, compounding kind of. Sometimes Brim is a little bit, not useless, but a little bit more difficult to play on the defender side in a way, because a lot of what you're doing is, you know, you're setting up the attacking side with those smokes in particular is where he's really powerful. And of course using the mollies to defend the spike plant and those kind of things. But now you're able to find kind of a new use for him here, as just you put a big old machine gun in his hands and let him just stand around and mow people down.
They're very much, you know, you play more of a delay style with the Brimstone. You know, the ult comes out, the Molotov comes out to deny the plant itself rather than to extend the life of the spike.
Sure.
You can use the smokes to try to, you know, discourage the enemy team from pushing through there.
Sure, and use them on your retakes, of course.
Yeah, but yeah, I mean, he's just, they're playing this like an actual sniper duo in the military. You spot him, I shoot him. So Silva is playing as that spot. Molotov goes out onto the corner, not going to be able to find too much. Odin's here, he'll spam through the tube just in case, but won't be able to get any hits in. Now they have to clear some very harsh angles here. Right and left, that nade is very well placed, and that is supply gone, but elbow security is there, and Selig mows down the final two, so GOMA will close out the round. Now they move up 10-8. Separating themselves a little bit further from TBP, and it really becomes murky now. We are not sure how this is going to end.
I mean, it's definitely, the money's pretty, a little bit favored towards GOMA for sure, but, you know, still enough money to get the rifles that they need, get the full armor as well. For the most part, Hio looks like he has to go for the Spectre, though. Looks like he's lacking in the funds enough to get that, but for the most part, you're able to do what you need to do for TBP, but this is a big round for them now.
Yeah, but I mean,
if
like,
they lose this, they have no money.
Things like the boom bot are missing here. Babo was 100 shy of being able to pick that up. Risk taking a ton of damage and doesn't offer any back onto Selig, so he's just going to be at 43 health now. Uh-oh. Well, that's bots too.
That guiding light feels more like just for annoyance. I mean, of course, you're buying a little bit of time for your team to, you know, rotate towards A. Babo's got to be pretty aware something's going on. Oh, what a shot!
The timing there, curveball, just gone off. Babo peeks the corner, gets that headshot. Seeker going to be rolling in as Selig tries to creep his way into U-Haul. Nade going to be used, trying to bounce that one back over to where the spike is being planted. It works a treat as Nez takes a ton of damage, and the shock dart laying in on top of it rips him to pieces. Orbital strike used onto U-Haul, but no one getting clipped by that. Babo creeps around. Moving forward, spots one, spots two, but this is just such a great crossfire setup. Supply and Felix coming out on top. Hawks coming through. Hia finds one. Felix gets rid of Risk. Hia moves off of the spike for now. Gonna reconfirm. He pulls off of it. Goes back onto it. Wants to try to hold this to half. Slides off again as he gets it there. Needs to get the kill right now. 12 HP remaining, but Felix holds strong. Takes him out now. It's 11 rounds for GOMA.
Looking good. Really, really good. I mean, even though they get a nice pick onto Nez, but he had already got the spike down. It's just a fraction of a second too late. And then it's just chaos. I mean, they're pushing through, but what a double peek from Supply and Felix through mid. I mean, that's just huge. They kind of wait for the members of TUBEPLE to come around the corner, even though that Phoenix flash is there. they're still able to wait it out, come around, pick some big kills up. Huge, huge stuff from them.
Yep.
And then a good clutch at the end.
It looks like we do have a pause here on the side of TBP. Maybe a minor PC issue here with one of the players. So we'll get that looked at by the admins and then hopefully jump straight back into this. Because, I mean, the tension has been rising this entire time.
Yeah.
So.
Well, now, I mean, TUBEPLE has no money. They broke.
Got to win the old thrifty. Otherwise, they're going to have to all in to win, what, 4 straight to take us into OT?
Yep.
So things are looking very good for GOMA.
Yeah.
And where this was, you know, started off looking like a speed run. We had like a 30-minute first map. Things have very much gotten slowed down. And it looks like, you know, both teams may very well just lose on their own map picks.
It's
We're back to first strike.
Feels like, yeah, I was going to say, it feels pretty typical sometimes here in Korea. It just seems like teams just kind of, I mean, they're all really good, and particularly on the, you know, on like Bind, Ascent, Split, everybody seems to perform pretty well for the most part. But sometimes Ascent is pretty one-sided, and Haven's kind of weird sometimes. It depends on the teams. Icebox is just, like, it is almost always just somebody just dominates the other team on it. I don't think I've seen a close Icebox yet in Korea. Have you?
Let me consult my notebook.
Yeah. Consult the...
Spool back through the annals of Korean Valorant play here. Well, first one that comes up is a 13-2.
Achilleos Archive.
So that one's a no. We had a 10-13 with Dom1 Gaming versus AP Prince.
Oh, there you go.
AP was
That's
able
pretty
to beat
close.
them. That was when JoJo came out with his Viper and was setting up some great one-way smokes on the A site on defense. So yeah, but that's probably like one of the only times where there's been an actual close map of Icebox. You're very right that otherwise it's been fairly one-sided.
Yeah.
Seems like it's an audio issue here for TBP, so nothing that's overall like impacting, you know, like the gameplay. It's not like a mouse died, no frame drops or anything like that. Just needs to make sure that he can hear well enough to actually, you know, play the damn game.
Yes, audio is extremely important in any game like this.
Well, now we've got the new audio kit as well.
Super good.
Yeah, so
super nice.
You got the headset that support it. Make sure you guys turn that on. You can make sure that you know, really pinpoint those footsteps and where people are coming from.
That's so key in a game like this. You have to know where those sound cues are coming from so you can react to it properly. Of course. Goes without saying.
All right, well, I'm seeing the countdown timer starting to roll on our second monitors, so it seems like we should be getting back in, and here we go. GOMA, 11-8. TBP going to be just desperately looking to get a thrifty here. A single Spectre, everybody else on a Sheriffs. Some of them, maybe kind of surprising that Aka1 is not opting in for light armor.
Salic is a judge.
Oh, Bobble trying to line it up. Just gets a tag in, but that's as good as it gets. The rocket is out. Risk is annihilated. Selig with 12 HP continues to advance forward. He in the back, not able to do too much with the Hunter's Fury, and the Spike can just get moved up right here onto the site. 3 members versus 5. The Shock Dart falling short here onto Felix. Pods cuts down Persia. Push out. Aka1 trying to get the shot, cannot do so, and it is a flawless finish as GOMA looks to take us into map number 3. TBP, they cannot pull off the thrifty, and now they have to win 4 straight rounds to take us into overtime.
Yeah, the judge is super smart here, knowing that they're going to be playing close-up angles with those Sheriffs, most likely. Now you also save a little extra money going for that. So that's I mean, he might not have had the money. I don't know. Maybe he was just a little too broke, but I don't think so. But regardless, now we're switching back over to the Vandal for Selig, and this is it. This is.
I see. Aka1, he didn't buy any light armor because he wanted to have enough money to get his purchase off and get an operator for Bobo.
Aha.
That makes sense.
Well, that's smart.
Okay, that's a very good start for TVP.
That's really smart.
Boombot's out just to make sure that there's nobody else playing around that side.
Well, now you got to think that B is where the ideas are going to be for GOMA.
Yeah, try to reroute them over towards that side of the map. Drone will spot out pods. And the spike is getting inched forward here over towards short, which is currently being watched by Bobo from heaven. This could end up being catastrophic for GOMA, as the Blaze Wall does get dropped down.
Yeah, this is... If Bobo can land a good shot on this entry.
Smoke going out straight in onto the site. There's another one placed. He'll throw a blind shot, does not connect. They now know that he is up in heaven. They try to play around this. Rotation's coming through. Persia still lurking back over here at B. The nades come raining down, and Nez pulls down to half HP, spamming to the box. They're looking for the finish. They take him so very low, but they haven't. Well, they actually do manage to finish him off now with the shock dart. So a nice kill. And 5v3 for the retake. TBP looking to bring us within 3 of an overtime. Hero Theft coming out, spots one. Risk is fast on that re-peek. Gets the finish. They spot one in the U-Haul, get the kill. It's just supply on Lonesome. They will go ahead, hold the stick, get him spammed through the smoke. TBP keep the hopes alive.
Ooh boy, here we go. Buckle up, folks. This is gonna get real interesting. I gotta see the money here. I think GOMA has enough to ride this out.
They're all in. Selig is matching with an operator now on attack. Okay.
They have plenty of money though, so they have enough to buy. Even if, this is fine.
Selig will need a little bit of a helping hand, but Nez will be able to help him out there. But a look back at that first shot. A great way to set it up. But can they do it 3 more times is the question. Selig and Bobo both creeping towards each other. Operators out.
Getting that early pick onto the Sova really hurts.
Oh, who strikes first? It is gonna be Bobo. Selig put in the dirt. 6 feet under in an instant. Do they recover the op? It looks like they're trying to, as Felix is inching over towards his corpse.
Speaking of things that hurt, that right there. That is super painful.
It's a big old ouchie.
Well, they're lining up to try to make the push now. Felix gonna...
When there's an operator, the last thing you want to do is line up. We saw that on Ascent. It didn't go well.
Correct. Good point. Pods, they know where you are.
Dart pulled out. Rotate around the back here from Aka 1. Does he hear this?
This is risky.
He should hear the sky, and now they'll know that the teleporter
It's not risky.
has been used. Oh, he's playing up close. This is the run it back. Clears it. Molotov in the nade just for good measure. But now turns his sights over onto the other side. It's a ring around the rosy. Back over to Epi, boys.
What a jump.
Cyber Cage is there. Trapwire set up. Does clear that out.
That's
But
fantastic.
I mean, you've got 20 seconds left to go. Now you lose out on pods. What the hell are you gonna do? GOMA are just running around like a chicken that lost their head.
Yeah, they don't know what to do. I mean, they're going to grab the operator and hang on to it. Felix, though, okay, that was crazy. That's like an amazing jump around that corner. In a way, it makes the best of a bad situation.
This is just going full-blown Fiesta now. Oh, dear.
Get the yakety sacks ready, folks.
All right, well, they get the operator back. So likely going to be handed over to Selig yet again. So a decent recovery in that regard. Still not super awful if they lose this round. There's still a fighting chance there for GOMA.
The money's gonna be
there. In the final round. So
the ego is going to go to Bobo. That's huge. I mean, that really sets the tempo for the round. Him winning that is a big part of why they're able to take that.
Said like this time, trying to see if he was going to be repositioned back over here into showers. It's not the case. Is over here, however, in hookah. Hawk getting stuck for just a moment, so it doesn't really find the blind that he was looking for. So has to use a second one. So it's just going to be one guiding light remaining for supply now, as they will confirm that the operator is there in hookah. Persia flipping away, does not get blinded. Now the spike's going to get picked up, and they're going to move over to A. They do not have this operator already in position to help defend. Oh, Selig taking a bit of damage, but trading back so much more. 27 HP remaining on Aka 1 as he tries to top himself back up. He finds one, then gets dropped by Pods, who's now planting the spike right here at the center of the point. They have no way of interrupting him. In the meantime, Creep through, coming through from the Omen into U-Haul. Shot comes out, it's a bit too early, but Risk is there for the counter punch. Babo now finds Selig, getting rid of the operator here. This time they're going to try to make sure that they cannot recover it. They will not have the money to invest into another one. Creeping around the back, he's like, did I spot him there? Yes, I certainly did. Rocket gets let loose. Felix falls, as does Nez. TBP, keep the dream alive. One more to go for OT.
That's just great work here by Baba with the operator once again. He's taking Selig down, and Selig had to turn around. He was watching from where Persia was going to come from. Persia was dead to rights if he steps around that corner, but because of what was happening on the site, things were kind of falling apart. He has to turn around, gets taken down anyway. Selig's gone, the operator's gone, and it's all angles that are just coming from for TUBEPLE. I mean, they're coming from all angles. It's just an absolute massacre at that point. I mean, overtime?
It very well could happen. They have a Hunter's Fury right now on the side of GOMA if they can find a solid enough opportunity to use it. Aka 1 set up
Odin.
With the Odin, yeah, just going to be spamming away over towards short. One spotted. There's a Hunter's Fury looking for the connection. Manages to hit Hia, but he jukes back the opposite way. Manages to stay alive for a little bit longer at least. Smoke's coming out, covers up U-Haul. The drone moving forward. Just trying to scout. I think it barely just does not spot them, does not get the dart onto Nez.
Babo's in a precarious position with that operator. That's a spot where you can get displaced if you're not careful, but it's just probing now for GOMA, and they're being very cautious about this. Time starting to tick down, so they're going to have to make a move, and they're going to have to make it quick when they decide to do it. They're just
40 seconds left.
Yeah, extremely cautious. It looks like it's going to have to be a Smoke's coming down.
This guy's still over on the other side. Heaven going to be cleared out. He spots him, but he fires just a little bit too soon. Doesn't try to go for the bang through the wall. Aka 1 getting a little bit of damage onto the opposing Phoenix, forcing his position back. And Pods, I believe, does not have the utility at the moment to try to heal himself back up. Well, has been used, dropped out of the window as they all rotate over into the B side. Persia set up in elbow. A few seconds remaining. That is going to be the plan starting to come down. Persia manages the dome one, looks for the next. Gets a bit of damage in. Swaps over onto the Sheriff, but they pull back around the corner. The cleanup starting to come through. Pods with 13 HP is the last one left. He will find one. Uses to run it back. Starts pushing his way out, but they go ahead. They clear that. Comes back in now with 100 health. They're sticking in onto the spike. He does not know about it. He cannot see. The defuse is there. And ladies and gentlemen, we are going to overtime.
Woo! That was a roller coaster. Just at the last possible moment, GOMA decides, well, let's go through B. Let's get over there now. And they get it down, but Persia with the neural theft doing such a good job over there, holding elbow, buying so much time, creating the crossfires, making it a real problem for GOMA. And as great as Pods has been, he tries his darndest. Runs it back. It's just, it takes a long time after you run it back. I mean, the recovery is there, and it takes a couple seconds, and then there's flashes available, time to be bought. He just isn't able to get there in time. So, man, that was a good round. That was a fun round.
Yeah, I mean, TBP, 4 straight to get us here into OT. This has really got to be messing with GMG right now. GOMA feeling like they had it. They were so close. And now have to play out and win these, win by 2 here in overtime to walk away with it. And then that just extends us into another map. So if they manage to get this done, then we are not going home for a while.
And Split can be a real grind.
Yes, it can be.
I tell you what, I mean, GOMA, you got to give them a lot of credit. They are fighting tooth and nail, and that round was darn close to them coming up with a win. Just if Persia can be dealt with around that corner. If they kill Persia there, that's a completely different round.
Yeah. Well, let's see what happens here as we go into OT. Not a snake oil salesman. These are not the top teams in the region going up against each other. But damn, this is exciting because it's just so very close between the two. Let's see what happens as we will have the start here on defense from GOMA. Operators,
that's my big question. Is GOMA going to go for the glass cannon? Doesn't look like it. Looks like it's mostly Vandals and an operator, a Phantom for supply.
All right, well, hot hands used just to make sure they're not pressing forward. Drone out. We'll see he up, but doesn't manage to get the tag onto him. Says, okay, he's far enough away. He cannot rush to this corner fast enough, so let me try to get that Hunter's Fury up.
At least buys you the opportunity to get the ult orb.
Yep.
It's fine. That's worth. Well, TBP starting to consider, but there's that one-way smoke there, and that makes things a little difficult. Of course, with the guiding light alerting the presence as well. It is a re-rotate back towards B, where they were thinking about it. The members of GOMA are starting to move. Okay, change their minds. A little bit of indecision, as I think they felt like it might be A for a second there, but I think the instincts are very good for GOMA right now.
Yeah, they're starting to get a decent read on this. They're still just going to be leaving 2 back over at A just in case. Persia is there for a really deep lurk from behind, but Risk finds Felix. Are they prepared for the Phoenix on the other side? They are! They get the kill before the curveball blind comes through. Now, with a clear up there onto Selig, TBP look to go ahead and kick things off 1 up over the top. Nez, nice little turnaround, does find Persia on the other side of the cyber cage. But can he do anything upon rejoining with the rest of his squad?
No.
Supply will get a very nice shot in as everybody else plays back off the spike. They've got Bobo around the corner at Garden, ready to peek in case somebody gets onto it. They also have this Brimstone ready to delay with a Molotov.
That was huge, because now there's only one angle. They can see the bomb, really. I mean, yeah, Haya has the shock darts. Oh my god, Supply.
Supply finds one. The shock darts are coming through. Hits once. Looks to hit again, and there is the cleanup. They get it. TBP now just one more as they flip over onto the defense. GOMA, they need a win on attack to keep this going.
Oh man, I feel bad for GOMA. That was, they had such a good setup.
I feel bad for Supply.
Yes, that too. He's playing
He did
crazy
so
good.
much.
I know, that was amazing. So they're at the teleporter entrance at B. They have a great setup here. Look at this crossfire. They're ready for it. Risk nails one. There's a flash around the corner, but he is just a step ahead of it.
The very fraction of a second before the blind goes off.
Yep.
He sees him long enough to get the lineup. Had he played closer to the wall rather than step out, they wouldn't have gotten the lineup on him initially.
Positioning is so important. Every little step you take matters.
Yep. Well, Selig has made his way well up into hookah right now. The spike is still going to be back over towards the link, so hasn't been fully committed yet. The Omen's starting to rotate it around as the cam cannot quite see into hookah.
Persia's got the Omen this time, so going to use his own vision abilities to try to utilize it. Not really able to find the dart there. Around the corner is the recon drone, and that's not going to do much either. It's going to be taken down. Trailblazer comes the way of the elbow.
They still haven't sent the rotation over, though, TBP. 3 members still going to be stacked up. They're all inching into showers. They need to get themselves over here pretty quickly. It's a fake on the teleporter. Dart out, spots Supply on the corner, and that's definitely not a fight that you want to take after that last round. Supply sending the Hawks through. That's the last blind that he has available. The headshot lined up, but cannot get the transfer onto the second. Felix only taking a smattering of damage there on the exchange. Persia now looking to try to get control. The side, curveball chucked in, a second one to match. They push the corner, they manage to find one. Persia just gonna be holding it, says, I don't give a damn if I'm paranoid, I am spamming this angle, walk into me if you want. Pulls back. This could be potential for Nez to get a very nice, very juicy flank, but as I say that, everybody is already advanced in onto the side. Pods sitting in behind the box, manages the dome one, starts inching forward, but Bobo is ready for it. It all comes down to Selig. They're going to be holding this as it gets closer and closer, and the cleanup is there. TBP will run it back 4 rounds straight to take us into overtime.